Okay, so this is for research. This is the next part in students' experience, which is to investigate their perceptions of wow in vocabulary learning. So most of the so this data was collected through the analysis of interview transcription in a focus group interview. Okay, so for focus group interview, it is a semi-structured interview, and there were only 9 participants who were involved in the interview, and the participants were randomly selected. Okay, so we have 3 themes for the positive perception. Number 1 is provide a fun learning experience. The second theme is attractive functions and features in WOW. Next is supporting effective vocabulary learning. So I have 6 items, also 6 items to measure their positive perception. And then these are the table that mention P1 until P9, and I have marked several of the items that they have agreed on. So the 6 items correspond. The first one is provide learning experience. The positive response from participants indicate that they were excited to use WOW as one of the online platforms. Firstly, it was agreed that that WOW provides fun learning experience as it employs online game as a medium for language learning. So for this interview, I have only used the item here, the question 1. And then when I read on the statements, several students will discuss whether they think they agreed with the statement or not, and then they will further discuss which has become my data. So the first one, it employs online game as a medium of language learning, and then the responses reveal that participants were excited to be using online games in learning. So participants disclosed that they had little experience in using online games as part of the learning previously. Thus, they were curious and eager to participate in the exciting studies. So these are several transcriptions from participants 4, participants 7, 9, and 2. Okay, so for example, participant 4 mentioned that she has never played on word wall before, and that she was excited because we can play games even in learning. And then for participant 7, mentioned that we only got online games as homework in English subject. It's different from other type of learning, and I was curious to know when I first got to know it. And then participant 9, which mentioned that they did play games for BM subject, but he was also looking forward to play the games for English subject. Okay, so secondly, providing fun learning experience. The participants acknowledge that the attractive interface in WOW captivates their interest and fulfill their criteria for fun learning experience in vocabulary. So here I got responses from participant 5, who says that pictures are fun and colorful. I also like it when it makes clapping or cheering sounds when I got correct answers. For participant 6, the games in WOW are attractive than the usual learning. Because the games and pictures, it makes me feel like I'm playing games, not learning. Okay, and also lastly, for participants 1, who also mentioned that they like it because it changes in spelling-gram. The participant 1 likes spelling game anagram. When we rearrange the letters correctly, it changes colors. I like it when it changes to green. It means my answers are correct and I got plus points. So from all these responses, it proved that attractive interface in WOW fulfills the fun learning experience in using online game. Okay, next, it's about the technological element in fun learning experience, because WOW is an online platform, so it's a part of the technological advance, which is very exciting to the students. Okay, so participant 2 mentioned that I prefer online games because it uses technology and games. I have many experience playing games. Okay, also for P3, participant 3 mentioned that for me, using technology makes learning feel more innovative. While for P5 mentioned that I like online games because it uses technology. At school, we don't use technology. So most of the positive responses from the students about WOW is because it is a part of a technological element uses in learning, which makes it more interesting. Okay, and then next is about WOW flexibility that allows participant to access the game. So the responses, these are all responses from the students, and it is grouped into this theme, which is flexibility. And then for participant 1, I like using WOW because I can play it in my spare time, which refers to the flexibility in WOW that allow participants to access the games wherever and whenever. And then for participant 6, we can do it when we have free time. For participants 5, I usually do when I'm bored and have some times. Okay, and then several participants appreciated that they were able to learn at their own pace. So they did mention that participant 3 did mention that she don't have to wait for his friends. And then participant also mentioned that we can just play when I feel like it. Okay, next, this is the second theme in positive perception, which is attractive functions and features of online game. So while discussing this, there are several items and then which have been grouped into several similar themes. Okay, the first one is about the variety of layout and themes which contribute to the students' positive perceptions on the attractive functions and features. And then it says that online the P6 says that I like the game themes. Okay, so the first one is about the game theme. It makes the game more fun. There are many to choose from. And then also participant 8 mentioned that it is interesting and different than what we usually have in class. While participant 5 mentioned, I prefer using WOW because there are many game themes. Horror theme is my favorite. Okay, next one is about the excitement of using WOW. Their positive perceptions toward the use of WOW is because of the graphic and exciting music, as well as the pictures accompanying the vocabulary. Some participants mentioned that the audio makes the game more exciting as they felt like they are in a quiz competition, and the audio also capable of motivating the players to keep playing. For example, participant 2 mentioned that I increase the volume because the music makes me excited to play the game. Also, participant 3, I become more competitive with the audio on. Participant 7, the audio makes it feel like real game. Okay, so these are the example of responses. Next is the scores and rewards in WOW. It is part of the game elements which makes students motivated to learn. So there are several instances of rewards like bonus points and extra chances were helpful to motivate late players in WOW. So the first participant who responded was participant 5. Mentioned that I like playing WOW because of the scores in the games. The scores increase when I answer correctly, but when I answered wrongly, the scores will be deducted. Others also agree with the participant, in which participant 8 mentioned that he likes to make sure I have high scores. High scores means I have answered all questions correctly. Okay, and then for P9, the faster we complete the game, the more marks we can get. I will do again even when I got all correct. I will do again but faster so I can get more marks. Okay, since bonus marks are given when you get when you answer all the questions in a limited time. And then for participant 6, I was given bonus marks when I got 3 corrects in a row. I feel happy because I got more marks than a friend. Okay, so these are the example of responses. Okay, so the researcher were prompted to ask their feelings when they see that their scores are deducted. Most of the participants agreed that it does not make them feel bad. For example, participant 2, it makes me want to try again. And then participant 9, when I got wrong answers, my phone vibrates and makes that sound, which indicate that the answer is wrong. That is fun. I feel a little nervous, but in a right way. Okay, next, the scores and rewards created competition between the players, and then several participants also claim that competition, the feeling of competitiveness, is an element that they appreciate in WoW. The participants respond that the challenge element in WoW keep them excited for more and prevent them from getting bored while learning. For example, participant 5 mentioned that the challenge is like something unexpected. It keeps me wondering and curious for other games. While participant 4, using the game is more challenging. It is more exciting than learning in class. I like WoW more because I like the challenges. I don't feel boring. Okay, so those are the example. Next one, interactive features is the leaderboards, which have the function to promote competition among the players, as well as displaying the latest ranks of the participants. Okay, so analysis showed that it had become the goal that the participants look forward to after each game ends. For example, participant 7 mentioned that I always check my name in the leaderboard after every game. It makes me feel good to see my name on the board. That is according to participant 1. Next is participant 6. I like WoW because we have to put our name to become players. Then our names and scores will be displayed after playing. So these are all instances of the participants' responses on leaderboards and their positive perceptions of the game. The participants view the leaderboard as the measuring tool of each other's progress. It also encourages healthy competition between players as they attempt to do better than their friends. So the other responses were about students having healthy competition with their friends. Okay, the participants were also prompted to describe their feelings when they receive lower marks than their peers, and then several of them mentioned that they feel dissatisfied and they feel like they want to do better than their friends, so they retry the game to improve their own marks. However, several of the participants also mentioned that they were indifferent. Several mentioned that they were indifferent about whether or not they made the ranks. Okay, next, this is the third theme, which is supporting effective vocabulary learning. This is whether the statement is to inquire whether the participant agree that WoW support effective vocabulary learning. So the participants mainly answered positively, responded positively, because they view the games in WoW as easy and exciting. So the researcher asked, do you think WoW is suitable for you? And participant 5 excitedly exclaimed, I think it's suitable because we all like to play games. I think all kids like to play games. And then also participant 2, I agree. I can play for a long time. I forgot that I am studying. So this is instances where the participants view the game as an easy learning medium in learning, and it is also very fun and exciting. Okay, the participants also agreed that vocabulary used in WoW was suitable for their level. Participant 7 specifically mentioned that her favorite were games in Unit 11, the natural disasters, as she could clearly remember the vocabulary. I remember we learned about volcano and earthquake in class. Then we played in the game. It's my favorite topic. Okay, and then the other participants also agreed, in which they also recall doing the volcano game. And then participant 2 mentioned that she scored high marks in her spelling test after that, which is the post test. And then participant 6 also mentioned that she did well in the spelling. Okay, the participants mentioned about their favorite topic indicates that the learning experience with WoW was memorable and exciting for the pupils. It is also significant to note that several participants noticed their improvement in post-test after playing with WoW. Okay, next. Other participants in the interview agreed that vocabulary used in WoW are familiar, but a few word meanings were quite challenging to recall. Response from P3, for me some are easy because I remember when we learned in class, but some words are long, so it's a little hard to remember.